Okay, guys, it should work now. I had some small kind of issues. It should be resolved, and just let me check that everything works. And I will check it. Okay, it works. Oh, I'm online. Just can you write me in the chat that everything is okay with sound, and if something is loud or not, just let me know. Today we have very interesting stream. I didn't came online for some time, maybe for several weeks, and it's very interesting model here to announce and to release after stream. I just want you to know that after stream, maybe 10-15 minutes, and this model will be released all over the platforms and World of Guns. Pew pew, all good. Oh, thank you for your feedback. And okay, so we will start. It's a very interesting model. It's very unique, you know, and because of its design, how it looks like. But it's very interesting, maybe for you to understand how did we create the model itself, because there is no any references on the internet what is inside. There is no any videos at all on the YouTube, anyone firing this firearm or disassembling, making field strip or something like that. Okay, I will tell you because it's interesting story, and we did this maybe for half of a year, but not every day, not all time, just maybe several hours a day. And first of all, I would like to tell you the story. How did we start? All started with Maxim Papenker, who is Modern Firearms website owner, and today I will show you some exclusive pictures, which I will show you with his permission, and this picture belongs to him, so they are exclusive. You will never find them on the internet. I hope till this time it was not possible to find it. So I already mentioned the Maxim Papenker's website. It's very famous and well-known firearms guru, maybe like this, and you may find a lot of his comments, his interviews, and a lot of books he also wrote. So okay, he helped a lot. And why I wanted also to stay a little bit on his website, here is the model itself, because he went to the museum and made some exclusive pictures, and with his team, with 3D modeler of his team, I don't remember his name exactly. Maybe here on the YouTube we can find that something about this 3D model. We bought this 3D model. And I was very happy because, as you can see on this movie, it looks like a functional 3D model, and it looks like everything on its place. We have this trigger, the charging handle, the magazine, outer geometry, the sights, so everything's okay. So, I was very happy because later you may see here that it looks like a field strip works, all parts are fit together, and some interesting how it works here. So wow, I was very happy because okay, let it be. It will be very easy to make this model, to animate it, because animation also fitted here, so it looks like it works. And okay, that's good. I was very happy to announce that we'll release this model. We bought it. We also got some some comments about how it should work from Maxim. We got his pictures. I will show you later. But then I started to study this 3D model deep, and I was disappointed a little bit. First of all, on this movie, you will never find how it should disconnect. So if we are talking about semi-auto fire, it should disconnect. We should act on a sear. Sear should release some hammer or some striker, and then it should be catched by when the system will go back, and this caged by some parts, and this process called disconnecting. When this is how semi-auto fire works. So I was disappointed, but here you will not find it. It's impossible. Okay, I thought, okay, it's more or less clear how it works here, so we will try to animate it. But then I found that nothing works here except general vision on how it should be. For example, what is it? This is some kind of rod for this hammer. We will call it hammer. But where should it go? Something strange, just inside the frame. What is inside here? Also, it's unclear. And in the model, there is nothing here. It just stops somewhere, and that's all. And you know that after overall observation of this 3D model we already bought, I found that it doesn't meet our World of Guns quality level. I was a little bit disappointed, but it's okay. We usually work with worse position, and it's okay for us. But it was very difficult to recreate it. So you now see it's more or less its functional system with logically finished parts. The trigger group has been recreated as close as it possible to the real parts, but some parts were designed by me, and the function of these parts also was designed by me, because it was impossible to understand how it works. I will show you the references in a minute. And also some engineers help us a lot. I already made in here in the information section. You will be able to read all about it, about the people who helped us with this model, and you will be able to do this. Okay, what kind of reference we had? So we had some kind of we had a 3D model which was not complete. It was like a reference on the general vision on how it should work. Okay, I opened in Photoshop these references, and as usual we do, for all of them are placed on one canvas. This one is Maxim Papenker's pictures. You may see he made them while visiting museum, and some also we got from books. This model was not discovered. It was like observed in some books in Russian or Soviet Union books. I don't remember. So what it is? You see that we can see the assembly. We don't have every part disassembled, just assemblies, like a field strip. Maxim told that it was very difficult to make it. Of course, because this model was never finished. It was a prototype, and this model remained in prototype in production. So you see that pictures are pretty detailed, with a good quality from one side. From another side, you may see here some parts also which helped us a lot. We've learned a lot of every picture we have learned here. And what we found, what was interesting, first of all, you may see that there is no anything about complete trigger geometry. So we can see here some parts, there is nothing here, and on the other side also there is nothing here, so we don't know how it works exactly. This is a selector and safety, and this looks like this is the sear itself, this is the hammer. So how it should work, you could see on that video. So these levers acts and they do a lot of job here, and you may find maybe better to understand in the world of guns how it works. In the mover, this sear moved up down, but we started. There is a rivet, and we studied the pictures and found that here also there is a rivet, so it couldn't move up down, and we supposed it should work like a spring, and you may see how we do it. So it worked like this. Also, what is interesting, we found that this surface and this surface was very polished. It means that it has some movements here and interaction with other parts. So I suppose that the surfaces worked with the sear, and I thought that. What was my thoughts? It was very difficult to understand how disconnecting works, and here it was just my imagination to realize it. So the idea was it was like this: when we press the trigger completely, it goes upper of the sear hooks. Let's name this like hooks, and disconnecting is completed. So when a system goes back, it looks like this. So hammer is caged by sear now cocked the hammer, and it was for me surprise when we just release the trigger. It should stay here. It cannot drop down, because if it will, sear will be another shot. So the first thought, the first decision I made is just to make such kind of movement here. To make it work, I made another detail, another part here, and also on a cutaway here is some kind of limiter here, and when we press the trigger, it doesn't allow to rotate it, so it should travel a little bit. Another difficult in trigger group was trigger spring, and here I should pay attention on help of one of our engineer and designer and 3D artist who is mentioned there. You may find his links to his YouTube channel and ArtStation. And this spring, trigger spring, maybe several days I couldn't imagine what kind of spring should it be, and one of the decision And I think it's very good idea was from the about this decision. You see the trigger spring like this. If we will check the photo, we can find, what can we find? Here we can see some part here and some part here. What else? Some pictures from the books, maybe something like this. Nothing new here. So this is the only information we had. So this decision, it resolved all problems with the work or the job of the trigger. So I'm very happy and appreciate the help of the people who helped us, and also a lot of another consultation were given by several people. So I already wrote all of them in except maybe 3D artists who made the first model. So that was the most difficult part here, because we don't have enough information and references. What I also found, I just wanted to note, is that here on the books we could find evolution of the model. This one is one of the earliest prototype. You see some welding here. We see you see a lot of scratches, a lot of works, hand works on parts to make them work. And here one, for this book, that it's more completed here. For example, this here is a separate part with some kind of, it's not a pin, it's like a rivet here. A lot of rivets, everything are rivets. You see here on this book that this one already is more prepared for release, and this one in one part, and you see that here is one part of all of this. So I think this one, during production, they had to change a lot. They had to adjust some size and some dimensions, and that is why it was here made everything using the rivets. What else? What is very interesting here? You may see that when it's on the safety, it should block the cocking the system itself. What we already did, and you can see. Oh my God! Let me take it and make. Let me avoid this slow motion. Yes. And now it should prevent from moving its back. What also is interesting here, it's also prevent pulling the trigger here. So two type of safety, this one and this. What about full auto mode? Full auto mode. It was very clear for me that if the trigger will stay on this position in front of the sear of these angled surfaces, the system will work automatically till the end of the magazine. So here we should just limit the travel of the trigger. And what I did, and it looks like it works. So let me check how to do this. Let's go to the full auto and let's try to. So you may see now that now it should work like this. Now I just something. I press some kind of. So now it should work like this. Yes, that's it. So this is the full auto system. I think it's logically correct. So when we release the trigger, the system will just stop with the camera cocked. Something like this. This is also I call disconnector. You will be able to see in the application how it works. Nothing difficult at all. The system, but the most difficult part was spring. Really, I spent several days to understand what is it and how it should work. First of all, we thought that this is another kind of part connected with rod, but okay. Now the best way I found the solution with the help of our friends, and really I liked the way we did it. What else? We found on the picture that here there is some kind of connection here with the rivet also. And we did it. We realized it. We should make a special cut here in the hammer. And here is a spring. And what I think you will be able to check everything in the application, because nothing really difficult here to understand how it should work. What about bolt? And the most difficult part to adjust, to understand how it works, it was Extractor. It's still, for me, it's like a magic, because it doesn't, it's some kind of floating, it doesn't have some kind of housing with pivots or something like this. It's for me, it should fall maybe somewhere, but okay, let's continue. First of all, the general conception was clear for us, but how it should work? What is the system of this extractor? And going back to the geometry, to the references, I found very interesting. I found that there is some kind of scratches here, and here also. So, but these scratches are very noticeable. I see some comments here. I will answer a little bit later. So I will. You may still ask your questions, and I will go back when I finished with general explanation. So, you see on this side also, here is a special scratch here, then here, and a little bit here. What else? What else? The same is here. You see some curved here and here. So, I suppose to think. I spent a lot of time looking through these pictures, and what I found these hooks. This one. So I suppose to think that these hooks should hit here, then goes down, and after there is a curved surface here with which force to go down this extractor. The matter is that there is no any springs acting on extractor. What does it mean? I will explain. Let's go to the single mode and let's press the fire. So the hammer hits this firing pin lever, let it be. It acts on the firing pin. So what else? You see that the bullet goes forward. You see that gas port is here, is going on the side, pushing the gas piston. It makes some kind of impulse here on the actuator. I called it like this. It travels back. It travels and nothing does happen until the surface meets the extractor. Also, this time the bolt goes down and makes unlocking process. Then Extractor start works with these holes, with these cuts, and goes back and start extract the case, spent case. Spent case, it meets this surface, angled surface. It's a little bit it's not completely correct here because of the animation compression. It should meet the surface and goes up. And you may see here there's a small intersection of geometry. So it hits here and start work like a spring, and you see at the end of this action there is angle here, and when the case hits this angle, it goes up. Also, you may see that here the surface ending, and as I thought, it was a bit surprised because the part itself, it's very massive here, but everything shows us that it worked like a spring, and now it closed. I don't think it's visible correctly here, but yes, now you see it closes and goes back. And now we should simulate feeding here, feeding process. And as there is no any spring here, something should force down this extractor, and this is surface. This surface is make it. And you see now it goes down, and now ready for feeding. This time it feeds this part. You see this side, left side. Also, as the spent case went up, it goes in the tube, a special tube here. And when the feeding process is finished, at the very end, when the case is in a chamber, it should work as a spring one more time. You see it now, it closes. Wow, it's closed. And on the very end of this whole process, the bolt will goes up and it will close the chamber. The locking process completed. It was very difficult to understand everything from the first point of view, but then after simulation, after looking through all pictures here, all these scratches, I found that it should work like this. It's very close simulation, I think. The only thing I thought, why it will not fall, and we found there is some kind of shelves here, and there is some kind of geometry outer, like levers, small levers here, and you may find also them here, and here is the shelf itself, here and here. So it cannot fall down, and that is why it cannot fall out of this surface itself. So it's a crazy system as for me, because if we will try to work with it in a very slow velocity and speed, it looks like it should break. What else? So what other some kind of surprises were here about bolt geometry? The matter is that there is no any picture of the bolt itself. Okay, here is some part of bolt. Here is the lever. Yes, we can see it. Here is like a feeding platform. Also, it should be a part of bolt. But how it looks from the forward? And the only picture we found in the book, and this is the only picture of the bolt we ever had. So some small black pixels, but they allowed us to reproduce this part of block. The only thing I made this surface, which works with the locking lugs here, a bit more massive. As for me, it should be like this. As the forward geometry of this bolt, I made it like fit the extractor or something like this. What interesting. When I simulated and animation were very close to complete, I then realized that the cases when the system goes back, white case will not go, spent case will not go backward. And I understood that we should have here some kind of stop spring, something like this. I made some prototype of spring because I thought these rivets, I thought this should hold the spring, and it was very surprised. It was very difficult to animate it because space there is too small, and I made a massive spring. It worked, but I have some doubts. Then I decided to check our pictures. Maybe I can find the spring here. No, we don't have this. The angle is not enough to see. Here we don't see anything. Here no, and here also we can't see anything. So then I decided to make a trick. You see here, and I know sometimes our eye cannot see everything that pictures information stores, and what I did in usual trick, so I just in Photoshop I use the levels and start to make it brighten. Oh my god, what I see here! I see here some kind of a spring, you see? It looks like spring. I see the rivets, but they do nothing. And here it looks like a stop spring, and I found an answer on one of the questions. Wow, really? It's not my dreams. So I think in a correct direction. That's it. So you see, now it's nothing, and here is a spring. Okay, I did this spring. And now on this position it works much better than my first idea, and really I was very happy to understand that okay, this is it. There was a lot of small corrections also, which we found with the site. It was not made completely correct in the first version of the model, and I found there is a spring here. I found this stamped mechanism how to disassemble it, and so on. Also, what I found further for disassembling, there is a special lugs here, and you may find also a special lug here. Also, some pictures showed us incorrect assembly. I will show you 1 second some others reference we used, and on some reference, for example here, you may find that there is nothing here, no hooks. But on another picture we saw that this hook, what is the purpose of this hook? And we found on the internet there are some pictures that this hook is down. And then I found that this was not correctly assembly, and remade it to make it correct. Now this is the purpose of this hook, is to hold this lower cover. So a lot of investigation, we still have some doubts about gas system, because you see there is no any evidence of how it should work. We can see just outer parts, and this is the gas regulator, and has two positions, 0 and 1. So 1 is working and 0 is maybe for grenade for use the assault rifle as a grenade launcher. But what is inside still we have a lot of questions, because let me make it. Because this tube, it should have some kind of piston, and how this tube locks, we have some doubts about it. So we make it like this, like some part of the inner geometry has some lug to feed this cut, and this is why it can't go out. And when we rotate it, then we can put it. Then we can take it out. Also about this, it's just supposed to be like this, because I will show you some pictures. It's from Tula Ferrar Museum, maybe, I don't remember, but here you may see the space. Here you see a lot of holes here. On the later design we can see that there is no holes here, but space still exists. What also can we find? We can find that here a lot of dirt. So it's just some kind of, if we'll use our imagination, we maybe we can think that this is the hole, the port where gases comes out. Because first of all, I saw that there is nothing difficult here, and I thought there is no any piston. The gases worked exact on this surface, but imagine here's a closed system, closed with the covers, and if gases will go inside here, everything will very dirty, and I think it will make influence on stability of this firearm. So I think it's better to have here some kind of piston. Anything here is, again, it's just everything you see, it's just our part of job, because there is no any evidence that it should work like this. No pattern drawings, no cutaway views, no even exploded view diagrams we can find. So the most part I already explained you. Let's check the questions. What kind of questions do we have, guys? And I think the most interesting part of our stream, when I will finish, I will release this 3D model and you will able to unlock it. I will release also some promo codes for you in Steam. You will be able to unlock it for free, or may invest some and help us with the future models and make some donations. Okay, so what about questions? Why are the spent casing inside of tube before even start firing? Well, I will answer. It's not very difficult. The matter is that we should have here a cycle system. We can do this from the very beginning without spent cases, but it will take a lot of boring work. We should recreate some animations and simulate how it should work, like with a clear system. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 animations of fire, and we have two side magazine two lines, yes, left and right, and we have also fire, automatic fire. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 and 2, and 7 animations. 14 animations, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 40 animations by 6, so I think it will take maybe a week of boring work, and it should be very accurate with all of these actions without any mistakes. So that is why we have here a cycled system. Okay, you did a great job. Yes, it was very difficult, and it was not my own job, but most of job I completed by myself, but only because of the help of some people who are mentioned there. I don't remember all of them by names, but you may find in information and links to them. So okay, so it's not the most complicated system. It's just several parts are complex to understand how it should work. Also, if we could have some kind of cutaway view, I think we could resolve most of the issues without losing a lot of time. So it's not a very difficult system itself. It's some kind of new here, and it's unique for sure, but not very difficult. So what I also want to add that we will release this model for World of Shooting, and you will be able to fire in the game. And also think about adding here a Picatinny rail. It will be our designed Picatinny rail, and I hope you will like it. Okay, so hello guys, hello. So I think, okay, let's try to disassemble it a little bit. I will also tell you something, and then we will finish with stream, and I will go to the next part of our event today, and we'll work on release model. I think it will take about 10-15 minutes, maybe less, to release this model, because everything is prepared here. If you still will find some kind of issues with animations, just write me on Steam or Discord channel. I will try to fix them, because we are not ideal. You even can't imagine how much small issues I already fixed. When model was completely finished and I made a cutaway, I found several critical issues, and it always happens like this, because cutaway mode, it shows something you don't pay attention on in a 3D model, even with the X-ray and something. So okay, what should we do? First of all, we should remove magazine disassembly. It's a common AK-47 magazine. What else? We should remove cleaning rod. Cleaning rod removed. Now we can take cover. So we should rotate this lever. This lever is the stop lever here. After we rotate it, we can move this cover a little bit back, and you see here there is a surface, there is a hole. This is the this is the space where it's allowed to travel when this lever is rotated, so we can check it. Then here nothing prevent from moving a little bit out, and out of this hook and out of this also I showed you. And as the system has a lot of rivets here, so all of rivets, no like, pins. So what we did, we just, for example, you may notice that some part of rivet will disappear, yes, and it's taken apart. So nothing very difficult here with this assembly, but it's strange because it's not common, it's not finished model, it's a prototype. Still, it's a prototype. And we here have one of the earliest prototype. So what else? I don't remember. We should remove the bolt. No, should remove the lever. The only pin we have. The bolt itself. I don't remember. Can we remove? No, we can't. We should remove extractor now. We should remove these levers. Yes. Then we can remove the hammer on 2 pins, and one of them pin of the trigger. Then we should disassemble this one, this system. Then what else? This connecting piece, the return spring with the rod. Then we should remove this crazy spring, trigger, this connector also. Here is a pin because I made it. What else? Extractor, and what is it? Update. Nice. Okay, and after this we can remove this, the gas tube with a piston, barrel nut. What else? This front sling swivel and the port cover. What else? What else? Heat shield. The gas block assembly. And then actuator. Now what else is here? The wheels. These wheels are very important. They works with these levers. Not the bolt, a barrel. Barrel on the rivets. Lock and lugs, we could separate it, but decided to make it like one part. This one and this. And the spent case guide. Oh, the screw, really? So what else? Magazine catch assembly and what else? We have still 20 parts. Where is this? Okay, this gas port. No, it's a gas port. It's cases port cover. These rivets here, we don't know what is the purpose of this rivet. Maybe some kind of enforcement, or maybe to prevent damaging cases. It can be to prevent damage from inside. Maybe they use this kind of rivets. What else here? Okay, just disassemble it. Here is a spring, you may see, and rivets also. It's nothing special here, and we still have 3 parts to disassemble. I don't remember where to look for them. A bolt is disassembled. What else? Maybe we will. I don't want guys to take your time. Let's go to hint. This one, but it's not the final one. And another one. Okay. The rear sling swivel on a rivet also. Okay, it's completed now. So guys, I don't want to take your time. The most part, I wanted to tell the story about this model. I already told you. If you still have some questions, you may ask. It's better to ask in our Discord channel. Any plans to design the Bofors? In future, I remember about this model and I want to build it for sure. But not in the nearest future, because I hope in the nearest future we will make some other surprises for you. We have some models in progress. Let's check. So this one is completed. What else do we have here? I think to rearrange it. I don't see what else in production in what. I think we will make Hotchkiss revolving cannon because we already have 3D model done. It's very interesting. Mass 38 also model is completed. What else? What else? Villar Pirosa. It's in the testing and it is in the texturing, so I think this one will be the next. 3D model of our G6 Grand Launcher already down. Alien Pistol 3D model already done. And what about other models? Still, I think we should pay attention of Keltec RDB because this one was waiting too long. Also, we had some issues with maybe this one, KE7, and we already resolved the technical parts. 3D model is animating now, and we just will have to make some textures for it. Okay, guys. What is here? So let me go and finish our event. I will release the model maybe in 10-15 minutes. And I hope you will like it, you will enjoy it. Thank you for supporting World of Guns. 10 years we are working on this project and we still have a lot of models in progress and we still have a lot of plans to make and add a lot of new models. So thank you for your likes. I see you liked some likes here in the video, and I see it watching people. Thank you for your comments. So I hope you will enjoy World of Guns in future. We have a lot of plans on it.